such an asshole!
Hey everybody, the old captain here at Asshole Consulting, where if you got questions, I got answers if you have money. At assholeconsulting.com, the dark night of advice columns. Hey Cappy, I would like to pay for a video response. I recently had a job interview at a company that makes billboard signs. They asked me what my weaknesses are, and I'm pretty sure I gave them a stupid answer. Since you're an advocate on faking information on a resume, I wanted your advice on false weaknesses that sound believable and are easy to overlooked. Honest to God, he wrote it that way, guys. I like to not sound like an idiot, but I gotta read what they write. Since you're an advocate on faking information on a resume, I wanted your advice on false weaknesses that sound believable and easy to overlooked when it comes to a job interview. Thanks. And we won't mention the name. Okay. This is the world of HR, which is full of bullshit. And this is just another perfect example of why you should lie all the time dealing with corporations and employers. You think I'm joking? You think I'm saying that for bullshit? The greatest advancements I've ever had in my career were based on lies. One, I had a buddy. He says, yeah, I'll vouch for you working for me for 4 years. Sure, let's put that on your resume. And you might as well lie because corporations and employers lie to you. Have you ever had a job where the job description actually was what it was fucking supposed to be? Huh? Did it stay the same, or did they do the old switcheroo on you? Well, we know we wanted to hire you for this, but we're going to have you do that now. It's like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this, asshole. And then corporations, I mean, you're not dealing with moral people here. These assholes that go, they know they got you by the balls. It's because you guys, you all have debts, you have mortgages and wives and cars you can't afford. And they have you so by the balls. And they're such scum. They will go and hire people from overseas at a fraction of the cost, bring them here to the United States, and have you guys train your replacements. And you guys do it. All right? So let's be very clear who the amoral evil entity is. It's not the individual that's lying just so they can get a fucking check and feed their goddamn kids and pay the bills. It's these cocksucking motherfucking piece of shit corporate employers. And I'm a big-time Republican libertarian type. So, this is the world, the sub-segment. This is kind of like, this isn't the toilet bowl. This is where the shit and the filth goes down in corporate America. That's called HR, where we hire the world's ditziest gals who can't do math to ask you the stupidest questions to see if you could be the company's greatest asset, our employees. So, yeah, and this is just one of those questions that are, it's dumb. And I would like to say there are correct answers and are correct answers, but I got a different strategy. So let's go through what are they aiming for? What are they going for? The fuck if I know and the fuck if I care. It doesn't matter. It never mattered in a world. There's correct answers out there. You can look them up on the internet. And I don't know what they're doing. They like to see you dance. Maybe later on at night, that HR cunt that asks you these questions goes and twiddles her twat. Oh my God, he got so fucking pale. Oh, he didn't know what to answer. That's what they're probably fucking doing. They're power-hungry pieces of shit. It doesn't matter why they're asking the question. They are. So, the correct ways, and I went online because it's been damn well near 5 years since I had a real job. This is what they recommend. These are some good ideas. This is if you want to play it straight, but then we're going to go on my strategy. If you want to play it straight, one thing is they say you point out a flaw in a non-critical skill for the company. So let's say you want to become an auto mechanic, and they say, what's your greatest weakness? Of course, they wouldn't ask you this because being a mechanic is a real fucking job, and they're not going to have some 23-year-old bitch asking you, what's your greatest weakness? It's like, bitch, I'm GM certified. Do you want me to work on your cars or not? Anyway, let's just say there was an HR cunt asking you stupid fucking childish questions. And she says, what's your greatest weakness? And what you would say, oh, geez, you're reviewing for a mechanic position. You say, oh, geez, I'm a great mechanic. What is my greatest weakness? Is it I don't know how to work on flat engine. I don't know how to work on engines in the back. I don't know how to work on imports. What you say is, I'm not good at costing, cost projection of a car. I'm not good at estimating costs of a job. Well, that's not your job. They got to figure it out. You're not going to be asked to do that. Or you're going to go and you're going to be the bowling alley manager. And you go and they say, oh, what's your weaknesses? It's like, And you know, you're going to manage the bowling alley. You say, oh, you know what, I'm not really good at repairing those machines. I've always wanted to do that, but we always had to call the guy. Well, you're not expected to repair the machines. You're the bowling bowling alley manager. You're supposed to do accounting and get people's shoes and spray the fungus out of them with the fungicide and all that. You call a mechanic to go fix the thing. So that's probably the easiest. You know, and you know what the job's going to be. They'll probably give you the job description. You just find out what is non-critical. You say, I'm not really good at that. And like, oh, well, see, he's not good at something that's not critical. That was a very good answer for this little hoop we made you jump through like a little dog, Sparky. So that's one thing. The other one is you have a bad habit, but you're not working on it. You've solved it. And you start the sentence with, I used to be late, but then I got this amazing app on my phone, and download an app, a time management app, just to fake what that stupid fucking 25-year-old did. Look at this. I have this app right here, time management, saved my life, and I used to be tardy, but I kind of, this app really helps me now to stick with it. Or, I don't know, what's a bad habit? I used to date the HR ladies because they're really hot, but they're dumber than fuck. I knew exactly what to tell them. That would get me in trouble. But no, I don't shit where I eat. Don't use that one. But you understand. Find some kind of bad habit and say, oh, there's an app, or oh, I worked on it this way. Oh, I solved it. Like, oh, he made progress. Oh my God. You jump through that hoop. Good little rover. And then there's the standard one. I don't like it. Where it's like, oh, I'm a workaholic, I work too much, or kind of a variant of it, I'm a perfectionist and sometimes it slows down my work. If you got nothing else but that one, I mean, go with it. But I think before, while you're doing your interview prep, go in, do the bad habit, find out a bad habit that you fixed, go in with that answer already, and then the non-critical skill one, like, oh, I do this, but I'm really bad at that, and it has nothing really to do with your job. It's tangentially related. All right, so that's it. Now, then there's the Clary approach. Let me explain to you the Clary approach. The Clary approach is not necessary to answer this question, but it's for all interviews, and it was derived from dating girls. And it's not coincidental or statistically unrelated that HR ditzes and dating girls, it kind of works the same way. And the Clary approach is basically, you want to be rememberable, not have the best polished answers. Look, especially during and after the Great Recession, and how we've had this culture of interviewing and HR and prep interviews and test interviews, interview candidates have so been conditioned and honed to be the perfect candidate that they really are going to go on a gut feeling or based it on your shoes. Same thing with dating girls. Guys have been so conditioned and brainwashed and trained to be like this and do that and be nice, that you guys are a diamond. There's nothing notable. There's nothing differentiating you from any other candidate. And even if you are insulting, it's better to be remembered than to not be remembered fondly, if that makes any sense. Perfect example, even though this wasn't anything rude, I put a colored chart. This is before you emailed things. I put a colored chart in my resume just to attract people's attention, and that worked. It was like, what's this chart? And it showed what % of my college funding was paid for. And it's like, me, scholarship, and fucking, I think that's all it was. Yeah, it was just a 2-color pie graph. But it was a little bit jarring. No other resume had that, and everybody else was putting in they used to have this marbled high grade paper, and you'd print it off, and it looked like it came off of like marbled stone. It looked like somebody's countertop from fucking Scottsdale. And everyone did it. And then when everybody was pretty, nobody was special. And also there's a chart like, fuck, what, huh? It caught people's eyes. Didn't mean I necessarily got the interview, but it caught people's eyes. You want to stand out. So I say with this question, use that as an opportunity, right? I mean, and here anything goes. I don't answer that question because it's a stupid question. Honestly, I really, it's a dumb question. I don't know. I got plenty of weaknesses, and no one's ever told me why that question makes sense. And so I refuse to answer it. Scribble, 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 scribble. But just like a girl, he told me no. He told me things that I didn't like. Oddly, I found myself attracted to him. I might actually offer him the position. Just, and this pertains to guys, especially, the HR ladies are predominantly women. But just like, no, I'm not answering that question. That's a dumb question. You know what I'm saying? Or here's another way. What do you answer that question with? Throw it back on them. Well, I don't really, we're talking about, that's my answer. Whatever you would answer to that, put that down. That would be my answer. What else? I don't know. I just took a couple notes because then I thought about it, and I wish I came up with this one a long time ago. But I'll get to it. But yeah, so just I don't know. How do you answer it? I refuse to answer it. But the best one, and it depends on the semantics and the vocabulary they use, but chances are they say, what is your greatest weakness? Or what's a weakness you have? If you're a guy, you say Scarlett Johansson. And they'll look at you and they'll be like, and then they'll think, they won't see, they're HR ditzes. They don't understand humor because humor requires intelligence. That'll usually get a laugh out of most people. And they say, ha ha. And you say, seriously, that's my answer, Scarlett Johansson. That's probably the best answer you get. Jennifer Aniston, whoever you want. If you're older, Natalie Wood, and you younger people don't know who that was because she's dead. That's the answer I would have been given had I thought this through a little bit more. What's your greatest weakness? Jennifer Aniston. And they say, no. Really, what's your guys' like? That is my greatest weakness, Jennifer Aniston, and that is the answer I want you to put down on that. And then what that's going to do is show that you're smart enough to know the question's bullshit and you're funny as fuck, or at least at that moment you are, or at least you know this trick to make it seem like you're funny as fuck. And then when this, if it gets past the HR lady, cool, and hopefully it does. And then the hiring manager, hopefully is a guy, will read it and say, that's fucking funny. Who is this guy? And then he calls you, all right? Or it's, if you're a girl and the lady asks, what's your greatest weakness? You say Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds. And size the girl up, too. I mean, it's not like they don't have a twiddle to the twat down there. They get the VTs every once in a while. Pick whoever the hottest guy that you think that gal wants to go and sleep to or she masturbates to. Say that guy. She'll go, oh, yeah, you're hired. I mean, really, just if they want to play a stupid game, play stupid games back. Now, here's the problem. I would almost go with the Jennifer Aniston, Hugh Jackman line 75% of the time. But you can't. You can't just do that all the time, especially if it doesn't work, especially depending on your industry, etc., etc. So what I would do is I would take a 50-50 approach. And that's what I did. And I found that experimentation is the quickest way to success. Because if you keep doing the same damn thing, which is what I did for like 5 years out of college, played it straight, never got the jobs, never got the interview. Then you tweak and change variables a little bit. You try different things. You may fail spectacularly, but then you learn not to do it. But then all of a sudden something will hit you like, hey, that worked. I'll try that again. Then you change a variable over here to another interview question. What's your favorite color? And you say transparent. Why? Because I want to know what's on the books of the company. I don't know. Some fucking bullshit. And then, oh, wow, that's a good one too. And you just, you stand out half the time, and then you play it straight-laced Eddie the other half of the time. And sooner, as you try more and more variables, you're going to your experimentation, your bullshit answers will actually end up either becoming really good, or for whatever freaky odd reason, they'll start to work and you'll land the job. So for that specific question, I would totally run with the Scarlett Johansson. I think that'd be fucking hilarious as fuck. If I had any of these guys said Scarlett Johansson, I'm like, you're fucking hired. Let's go. But it will make you stand out. But to play steady Eddie, especially if you got to put food on the table, try it, the normal way, the way you're supposed to. Have that scripted answer the HR lady goes back and twiddlers her twat to. But yeah, absolutely. You owe it to yourself to experiment a little bit, answer that question with the Hugh Jackman or the Scarlett Johansson thing. So anyway, that's all we got. If you guys have questions, go to assholeconsulting.com, where I, your older brother you never have, will give you the swift kick in your ass that you desperately need. We got the podcast at the Clary Podcast. You can find that on SoundCloud. We have my blog, CaptainCapitalism.blogspot.com. And we have all my books, which if you're smart, you'll fucking go and read. And if you're smarter, you'll get them on audiobook, because you're realizing sitting down and reading a book takes fucking time when you could be running, doing, jumping, climbing, swimming, pole vaulting while listening to an audiobook. That's all we got. Toodles.